Yo, welcome back, Xycor here, and today in our ReLegend Magnus showcase, we're going to take a look at the flopping fishy of the Voca coast. Yes, this fish out of water is the only fish that can't breathe underwater. Yes, this fish is Vale, one of the, fishiest fish in ReLegend. It's basically similar to Magikarp, I guess, in a sense you could say, at least in how it looks. It looks a lot like a Magikarp, and for some odd reason it flops on its side out of the water, and you never see it in water because it literally can't breathe in water. So yeah, it's an very odd fish. So I'm gonna show you how to tame it, how to evolve it, and where they are, what they do, and yeah, just look over all of its skills and attacks. So if you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe as well, because I have plenty more of these showcases on the channel. So first, I'll show you where they spawn. So here I am in the Tracker Cove, Area 2. And yeah, they spawn in here along with cranites and stuff, and basically just cranites and Vales. But they also, actually, let me see. Yeah, Tracker Cove Area 2, but they also spawn out here in Vale's Gulch. And let's see here, Vale's Gulch is the best place to find them because, yeah, that's all that's here is Vale. So yeah, come out here. And this is the best place to find them. Right here below the temple in Vale's Gulch. So technically, if you have teleports open, just teleport to the temple and come south. So, now, let's look at their information. Get over here. And they are on the second page, almost at the end. Vale. Now, they are a class of a tank. So I guess you could say they're really defensive and have a lot of HP. I guess. Something like that. And their behavior is passive, so yes, they will not attack you and kind of run away. But the Vale fish is native to tropical and temperate waters all over Voca Island. Despite its fishy appearance, it can't breathe in water. Yes, it can't breathe in water. That's what it says. Really. That's very odd for a fish. And its favorite food is sun kelp, but it also likes other aqua crops. As for its drops, it drops raw meat, juicy raw meat, Vale scale, Vale fin, and Vale whisker. And as for a party buff, it gives health of 5% and physical attack 5%. As you can notice, it has no skills. So yes, they are pretty much just like a Magikarp. So I have some sun kelp here. There we go. Hold that. And I'll just throw it at this one. And miss. There we go. I liked it right away. And then just tame it. Try to get it as close to the middle. There we go. Okay. So yes, they are quite odd because you ride them sideways. They lay on their side. So yes, it's a very odd fish. Okay, come on. So, you flop around like this. I would think that would hurt them when you're riding it. It's so funny and weird. Let's see what their left click does. They do have a left click attack, which is a physical attack. Looks like they spin and just thwack with their tail. But yeah, that's all they have. They don't have a right click, they don't have a Q, and they don't have an E. So yes, all you can do is smack things and hope that you'll win. But it looks like they spawn here at level 10, so that's pretty good. Almost there. There we go. Took that one out. So, having 410 HP actually is pretty interesting on it. Let's see its stats here, just to see its stats spread. Oh yes, very high wisdom and very high endurance. I see, yes. Very low in attack stats. So, next, I guess, I need to get this up to the level to evolve, and yeah, bring you back. Now to evolve Vale, we'll take a look at its information here. Head into the book. Get over here. There we go. Get to the evolution. Now, Vale evolves into Valevale, and it requires level 15 with greater than 15 endurance and 2 hearts of affection and a high quality glow fig. So we'll head back here. I have 2 high quality glow figs, and take a look at my stats. Now mine is actually at 20 endurance, and I haven't even put any points in. One note here is that you want to be careful with your point allocation early on with them, because it matters later on, and I'll get to that a little bit later. But basically, so it has greater than 15 endurance, so I can evolve it here. Hold this and just throw it at it like you do with every other Magnus. There we go, and it is evolving into a Valevale, and it's still laying on the ground. I tell you, it just looks like a random fish just laying there. Yes. Okay, so let's take a look at its information. Magnupedia, over here, Valevale. Now, Valevale is also a class of a tank, and its behavior is also passive. Consumes bliplings as source of food. Doesn't eat much though. Okay. That's all. There's not much on them. Anyway, as for their favorite food, they like high quality sun kelp, but they also like aqua crops. As for the drops, they drop Vale scales, Vale fin, juicy raw meat, Vale whiskers. Apparently you get shorted a drop item. They only have 4. As for the passive party buff, they give health plus 10% and physical attack plus 10%. And as you can tell, they do not have any skills. Yes. No farming skill either. So basically, yeah, they're useless in the sense. You know, if you think about it in a sense, they're useless. So let's see its attack. It can attack at least. So left click attack. It's just a melee attack. So it like sprays some water or something like that. So let's see. It's like a water spray and then a body slam, something like that. But it is a melee attack, so yeah. So it's interesting. It can't really beat anything because it's got no strength or attack power. So now I have to painstakingly get this to the level to evolve. So yeah. Also, it now has a branching evolution. So yeah, you gotta go. I should say there's 2 different paths. So basically, I'll go down just the first path first. Yeah. Now for the first evolution path. First, you basically, let's see, take a look at the evolved information, evolution information, I should say. Valevale, evolution. So yes, it has 2 paths. One, you can take it to Valemer, and that's the one I'm going to be going to here, and that is requiring level 45, as well as greater than 50 strength, 4 affection, and a premium raw meat. So I'll do that first. There we go. Oh, and I have mine at 51 strength And that's why I said earlier on that you want to make sure that you use your points correctly on Vale, depending upon which path you want to evolve it. For Valemer here, I got mine to 51 strength, which should boost its attack quite a bit. Okay, now I have it at 4 hearts as well, so hold this and throw it at it. It doesn't like it, but it evolves anyway. Evolves into a Valemer. Yes, it looks kind of weird, like a fishy genie with a fish head. It's very awkward. It really is. I did not intend to eat that. Oh well. Anyway, we'll take a look at its information. Over here at Valemer. Now, Valemer is a class of bruiser, so yeah, you could say it likes to beat up its opponents. And its behavior is aggressive, so yeah, if you encounter one, it's probably going to be coming after you. You could call the Valemer a musclehead, it's probably a play on the Japanese usage of ora ora ora, you know, that type of thing. Yeah. Anyway, as for its favorite food, it likes premium raw meat. But it also likes just regular and everyday meat. As for its drops, it drops juicy raw meat, premium raw meat, Vale scale, Vale fin, and Vale whisker. Now, technically you could say it is a little bit rewarding for having such a useless Magnus in the beginning and, you know, all the way up to level 45, working very hard to get it here. Because you get these skills. You get Pummeling Fist, barrages the enemy with a flurry of punches to scare a knockdown. I think that means that's supposed to be score a knockdown. Yeah. And that takes 15 stamina and has a 10-second cooldown. You also get Ground Thump, a stunning blow from slamming the ground with its fists. And that takes 20 stamina and has a 15-second cooldown. And it also has Muscle Flex, inspire confidence and attack prowess by doing the ultimate flex. You can tell they want to flex. And that takes 10 stamina and has a 10-second cooldown. So that seems like it's like an attack buff probably. As for its passive party buff, it gives health plus 15% and physical attack plus 15%. So yes, it is quite the attacker. Get off here. And I guess let's see where we ride it. Okay, we ride on its shoulder. Okay. So head over here, let's see what it does. Now its regular left click attack is a punch. It does pretty good damage, I think. Yeah, so that's interesting. That's its left click attack. What about its right click attack? So a flurry of punches that, I don't know, you would think would do a little bit more damage for how buff he looks. Okay, let's use the Q attack instead of getting hit. Okay, so that is an AoE that stuns. That's pretty interesting. Basically pounds its hands into the ground. I bet it hits everything around you, probably. Let's check. You get over here. And you get over here. Okay. Yes, it hits everything around you and stuns them as well. So not bad, not bad. And now the E attack is an attack buff, yes. Doesn't seem like it attacks, it buffs it much though. Seems like it's doing about the same amount of damage. Basically, you can tell though that it's, yeah, it likes to bash things. Okay, so, I think that pretty much covers the Valemer. All of its attacks are melee attacks, so that's one thing to keep in mind when you're you know, putting your points in. Probably want to go mostly attack power on it. And, of course, some defense as well. Although they are quite tanky. Let me see here. I think I left mine at... I just left it at like 20. Oh, it's okay. It's got 47 endurance. That's not bad. It gets that naturally. Okay. On to the next evolution line. Okay, now for the second evolution path. Let's check it out in the Magnuspedia. Head over here. No, wrong area. There we go. Okay, so the second evolution path is Valefire, and the level requirement is level 45, as well as greater than 50 int, full affection, 5 hearts, and a glitter pod. So I will head off here. Oh, and of course, mine has 51 int. So yeah, again, like I said, that is the reason you want to be careful with your point allocation in the beginning, because you need to concentrate solely on one mostly. As you can tell, mine's level 45 and I only got 28 extra points, so you got to be a little bit careful. Get off here. There we go. Oh, and I need to grab up my glitter pod. So throw it at it. There we go. And it evolves into a Valefire, which looks like, you know, kind of a girl-ish figure. Yeah. Kind of nice. I mean, you say this about a Magnus, I mean, you could say it's kind of cute. Of course. Okay. So let's check it out in the Magnuspedia. Magnus, and over here, Valefire. Now, Valefire is class of a nuker, but its behavior is passive. So basically, I think nuker is that it will just throw down a lot of magic attacks, basically, something like that. But anyway. No one knows how a Valevale turns into a Valefire. Sometimes things are just better not known. I might agree with that last statement. Yeah, you might not want to know. As for its favorite food, they like gigantic sun kelp. So yeah, that's not easy to get. But they also like aqua crops, so you might want to feed it aqua crops. As for its drops, they drop Vale Scales, Vale Fins, Juicy Raw Meat, Premium Raw Meat, and Vale Whisker. As for their attacks, now they get some different attacks, kind of, from Valemer. They get Love Slap. Use the powers of Charm to reduce enemies' magical defense. So it sounds like a magical debuff. And that takes 10 stamina and has an 8-second cooldown. And they also have Melodic Aura. Melodic Aura plays a melody that damages enemies around it. And that takes 15 stamina and has a 10-second cooldown. And then they also have Tidal Wave. Releases a large wave that slows enemies in its tracks. And that takes 20 stamina and has a 15-second cooldown. As for its passive party buff, it gives stamina plus 15% and magical attack plus 15%. So yes, it's your magical attacker Vale. So we will check it out here. See what happens when I ride on it. So I ride on its back. Okay, I don't know, that looks a little awkward, but okay. Head over here. Let's see what it does. So it's left click attack. Okay. So it's a magical attack. And it kind of throws that. Let me see how far it throws it. Oh, it throws it pretty far, honestly. Oh, and those go pretty far too. Nice. It's quite a ranged attacker. So let's try the right-click attack. Okay, and that's the magic down. Okay. So it's basically it's a slap. They just slap him in the face. Yep. That actually does damage too. That does magical damage as well. So not bad, not bad. Okay, let's use the Q attack. Melodic Aura, which I didn't get to see because it jumped out of the way. Waiting for my 10-second cooldown. There we go. Okay, so it does a series of 3 hits. That's what it does. In like a musical tone. And then let's check the tidal wave. Okay, interesting. Sends a tidal wave at a bit of a range. Waiting for the cooldown on it. Come on. Yeah, it's got a cooldown, so. It's got a bit of a range on it though, and it actually does pretty good damage though, and that's also a magic attack. So not bad, not bad. I would be tempted to say Valefire is better than Valemer because of the range on it, and its magical damage seems to do a lot more than Valemer's. But that's just my thought. But it's pretty interesting. Yeah, it does pretty good damage with this. Then you can love slap them to do even more damage. And that, yeah, the musical hit is an AoE as well. So not bad, not bad. But it's taking some damage too. Let's see its stats. What did mine get? Mine got 39 endurance. So yeah, it doesn't quite have as much endurance, I think, as the other forms. But still, it's not bad. It's actually pretty good, is what I'd say. So, yeah, that pretty much, I think, covers all of the Valemer evolution line. Or no, I should say the Vale evolution line. Going from Vale to Valemer and Valefire. Which they're pretty interesting Magnus. It's just they're very hard to level to begin with because, yeah, they don't have any attacks. Unless you just leave it in your barn and let it passively level until you get it to 45, then you can evolve it and use it on, yeah, whichever you please. So, as for, you know, stat allocation, let me see here. Like I said, with Valemer, you'd probably want to go strength and endurance on Valemer, and maybe focus as well. But you'd want to do that after you finally get it evolved to a Valemer to make sure that you have enough strength to get it there, to get it to evolve. But as for Valefire here, you'd want to go int and endurance. And I mean, of course, you can maybe go a little focus. I think that does do magical crits. I think. I'm not actually fully sure. I haven't actually tried. But yeah, still, mostly int, and then some endurance as well is how you'd probably want to go. You could maybe get some wisdom for, you know, against Magnus that do magical attacks. But otherwise, yeah, to just keep getting it more damage, get int and endurance mainly. And then you could get some luck too, if that increases the crit chance, but yeah. So, yeah, I think that pretty much covers it all. Yeah. It's an interesting Magnus, but I mean, I like Valefire better for both the damage and attacks and how it looks. I mean, honestly, you look at this, it's cuter than Valemer, despite the fact it's like a mermaid. Which mermaids are nice, but yeah. So, yeah. That's it for this Magnus showcase. And I'm missing everything. If you like this Magnus showcase, hit that like button. I really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. If you haven't already subscribed, hit the bell icon, leave a comment, and of course share it. How do you feel about Vale? Would you, I mean, which form of Vale do you prefer? Valemer or Valefire? Let me know in the comments. But, yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.